Hi there, I'm Shane Spiers, and welcome to another edition of the Summit Interviews, beaming out to you from the beautiful city of Bath in the UK. My guest today is John Kettley. John, a very warm welcome. Great to have you on our show.
Thank you. Lovely to be on board with you on what is a stunning English summer day.
It is, and another one. For those of you
Yeah.
that don't know him, John is a serial entrepreneur, business mentor, author, and sales training expert. Through his business life, he has sold a vast and diverse range of products, services, information, knowledge, and in a number of cases, the company that he's built to sell. John's business life has seen him successively build businesses in the automotive, home improvement, hospitality, security, and personal business development sectors, both in the UK, Europe, and the USA. He has mentored and trained thousands of sales and business professionals, people across both to sell more of the products and services they sell. Though he's often referred to as a serial entrepreneur, his passion these days is in mentoring and training people how to build their own high-income business. The process he uses is one he's developed over the last 3 decades of building businesses to sell, a blueprint formula for creating sales and generating a substantial personal income from attracting clients to buy. Wow. John, the title of our interview today is The Entrepreneur Formula, and we have 5 minutes for the interview. If you're ready, I'll start the clock.
Good to go.
So let's start. How important do you think it is for business owners to commit to ongoing personal business development?
Shane, it's absolutely crucial. I think if you looked at every majorly successful entrepreneur on the planet, they are all lifelong learners. They're ferocious readers of books. They're absorbing content, going out to even what would be perceived by most people as their competitors to constantly learn. I mean, even I'm hitting mid-50s now, and I think the power of what we've achieved over the years is just due to the fact that I have a learning mentality. I was at Brendan Bouchard's a couple of seasons ago. I've been out, funny enough, last week with Graham Miller on how to present to camera, and I think it's just an ongoing process that anybody who wants to become seriously successful simply has to adopt.
And what's for you is the major difference between those who achieve reasonable success and those who achieve extraordinary success?
It comes down to a absolutely crystal clear picture of where it is that they want to go. I think the difference between kind of people that roll along is they've not reverse engineered the success that they're striving to get towards. And funny enough, I've got a couple of different peer groups with people at all different ends of the spectrum. And when you talk to them and say, well, look, what's winning to you? Generally, the answer to that question is, and of course their eyes are looking and they're looking for, I just want to be successful, or I want this company to have 1,000 employees, or we want to be in 23 countries. You can hear with the linguistics, it's kind of a wish and they hope, but it's not reverse engineered.
Yeah.
So it's really reverse engineering, and you can only reverse engineer if you've got an absolutely crystal clear picture of what it is when you've won.
Right.
So that's my picture.
And if you were to start a business today from scratch, what would be the first thing you would do after you've decided on a particular business sector?
Well, we've been in multiple sectors over the last kind of 30 years. And the very first thing I always do is massive research to find the holes. And what I mean by the holes is, what are all of your competitors or the competitors in that marketplace? What are they not seeing? What have they got into a bit of a role and they're focused on mainly winning, but there's holes. So I always do a huge amount of research. So little example, we entered into the CCTV access control business back in around 2000. And at that time, a lot of the guys were getting out because it was becoming digital. It used to be analog.
Right.
And so what we did was we looked at that and said, actually, it's not a security system that people want. They want a management system. So we took CCTV and access control and created a management system that you could remotely monitor, remotely control a building that was on the other side of the planet. Yeah. So it's always finding out what are the holes in that particular sector.
Yeah.
And I don't really care what the sector is, whether it's B to B, B to C, C to, whatever that might be. There's always holes that people are missing because, of course, business is a permanently morphing thing.
Yeah. And what would be your advice to someone who's hit a plateau in their business and they're struggling to get their business to grow to the next level?
Get a mentor. It's kind of my default answer to everything is get a mentor. Get somebody who's stronger than you, who's got more experience than you, that's really going to push your envelope in a way that you've not had it done before. Because I think in business, you're either growing, expanding, or contracting. Yeah. There's no middle ground. No. You're either growing or you're contracting. So I think the danger is when people get to a certain level of success and they think, I'm doing okay. And what they do is they go from expansion into contraction because they're, through fear of losing what they've got, they start locking things down, and that immediately puts them into a reverse gear.
Yeah. And what about people who feel they're already successful? How important is it for them to retain a personal business mentor?
I think if you looked at anyone from Brendan Burchard, Frank Kern, Eben Pagan, Joe Girard, Zig Ziglar, even back to people like Vince Lombardi, who we got going in this country at the moment, just about anybody who's successful got there because they had a dogged determination, a tenacity to succeed. And I think what we're talking about are the people that get comfortable. And if they're comfortable, that's okay. Everyone's version of winning is their version of winning. But I think those that have the entrepreneurial mindset never rest. There's always another adventure, somewhere else to go, somewhere else to take that. I've retired 4 times in the last 10. And then you take a few months out and then you think, no, I need another adventure. It's just what happens. Yeah. So, yeah, I hope that answers that.
Brilliant. Sadly, John, we've come to the end of our time. It's great stuff. Folks, for more resources, check out John's website, www.johnfkettley.com. It will be below the video. Thanks, John.